As we continue through the book of Exodus, if you're reading or listening through the chapters, this section is really a part about Israel's deliverance. By the time we get to chapter 18 in Exodus, the Israelites have successfully left Egypt. They've escaped the pursuing Egyptian army through the parting of the Red Sea. Then they face new challenges. How are you going to feed all these people? And God provides manna from heaven. And then, well, where are you going to find enough water for all these people? And God leads Moses to be able to provide water from a rock. But as they're moving north, there's all these people coming into a new land, and that new land is not empty. And so the Amalekites feel threatened. And so they attack the Israelites who are coming through, but God enables them to be victorious. And have you ever been in a situation where you kind of got everything you always wanted, but it didn't turn out exactly the way you thought it would? Because in a sense, that's what happens for the Israelites. Now they've gotten what they wanted. They're out of Egypt. They've got enough to drink, enough to eat. They survived the battle with the Amalekites. And there's still all kinds of trouble going on. And poor Moses is totally overwhelmed. And I want to share with you a couple verses from Exodus chapter 18. And I really encourage you to look at that chapter to see the dialogue, the conversation between Moses and his older and wise father-in-law, Jethro. In chapter 18, Jethro is giving Moses some leadership advice. He's got Moses in a leadership class, teaching him what happens when you can't do it all yourself. And in chapter 18, in verses 17, Moses' father-in-law said to him, "What you are doing is not good. You will surely wear yourself out, both you and these people with you, for the task is too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone." One of the challenges we all face in our lives, no matter how much leadership responsibility you have in your family, in your life, where you work, in your homeowners association, or in groups that you're a part of, is there can be a tendency, at least among some of us, to say, well, if you want a job done right, do it yourself, right? That's how people fill in the blank. Well, Moses was trying to lead the Israelites all by himself, and people were coming to him with disputes, and he was sitting there just listening to people's problems and disputes from sunup to sundown. And he was exhausted, the people were exhausted, and that's when Jethro comes and says, look, you got to appoint some people, you've got to delegate some of this leadership responsibility and raise up some other leaders to help handle the minor disputes so that you just handle the major ones. In the New Testament, I think of a similar experience with the early church when it's growing and expanding, and the apostles say to the church, look, it's not right for us to abandon prayer and serving the word to wait on tables, to basically help run the food ministry to the widows. And so they appoint 7 deacons to carry that responsibility. Remember in your own life, you can't do it all yourself. Don't be afraid to delegate, and don't be afraid to ask for help.